So yesterday we came up with that idea of the piecewise function. And today we're going to focus on graphing other piecewise functions. And yeah, this is a pretty cool looking graph. You can see it's even titled Cool Graph. Yeah, you can make graphs like that. It's all a piecewise function. So as we talked yesterday, a piecewise function is a function that's made up of two or more other functions. And the example that we used yesterday was the absolute value function. So the absolute value function says that the function equals negative x if the x value is less than 0. And it's equal to positive x if x is greater than or equal to 0. That's how we define the absolute value function. It's two different functions into one. So here's an example of a piecewise function. So what we like to do is we like to determine the value of the function when x is 1. That's f of 1. So notice, though, that we have two options to plug into. So the boundaries here, the domains here, these two domains here, they tell me where I got to plug into. So they're all surrounding 3. So 1 is definitely less than or equal to 3. So I'm going to plug 1 into the top. So the value at 1 is 4 plus 1, or 5. F of 1 is 5. Now, if I want to determine the value of the function when x is 5, notice that 5 is greater than 3, so I got to use the bottom one. So the function's value at 5 then is 13 minus 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 13 minus 10 is 3. So the function's value at 5 is 3. And things get a little spicy when you got f at 3, because you got to figure out, they're both 3s, which one I plug it into? So be careful, because 3 is less than or equal to 3. So we're going to choose that top one for this. So f at 3 is equal to 4 minus 3, which is 1. So that's how we would evaluate a piecewise function, determining which part of the function to plug into. And it's so cool. You see my graphing calculator behind me. We can graph these functions too. So I'll pause for a minute while you grab your graphing calculator. Great, I'm glad you got it. So on your calculator, we're going to find the math template button. We want to look above where multiplication is. So if I go to my calculator, can you see right above the multiplication button? It's this button right here that I'm circling in red. That's the button that we want to press. So when we press that button, notice we get a bunch of templates here. And I've actually highlighted the one that you want to find. So the one that you want to grab is that highlighted icon there. So let's go to the calculator for a minute. And we're going to press that button. And then we're going to see how we enter our graphs in. So we're going to select that. Press enter when you choose that, because you can move around to get it, right? So you move around, you get it, you press enter. So what it's asking us to type in now is what the first function is. So I'm going to type in my first function, which was 4 plus x. And then I can press tab to go over to the next box. The right side is where I put the domains, where I put the restrictions on x. So I'm going to type that x is, now less than or equal to. Less than or equal to is above the equal sign. See the equal sign right below my blue button, control? So I have to press control and equals to get all the unequal to things. And I want less than or equal to 3. So take a moment, type all that in. Let's go to the next one. Press tab, and it moves you down to the other one, which was 13 subtract 2x. Press tab to get over. Now we want x is greater than 3. So let's type in x. Let's go back to those unequal to symbols, control equals. And we're going to choose x is greater than 3. And we press enter. And that's what our graph kind of looks like. Oh no, my window, it's up too high. Shall we fix that window? Sure, it looks like we just got to make that 6.67 a little bit bigger. So I'm going to make it maybe up to 8. That's my y maximum. Let's make our y maximum up to 8, let's say. Let's see if that works. Oh, that's nice, because I can see that vertex point, that change of direction point. Very good. Now, if we want to graph this, you see a grid below you, right? So what I want you to do is to press Control T, get your table of values, And you can kind of see where the table has all the action happening. It looks like we're going up by ones because when we're less than 3, the slope is 1, 5, 6, 7. It looks like 3, 7 is where all the action happens, because then my next point, I'm going down by 2s. Go to 5, to 3, to 1. Can you plot that onto your calculator? Or don't plot it on your calculator, silly. Plot it onto your graph paper. And then draw that line that connects them. So what you've learned to do here is you've learned to not only evaluate these functions, but you can type them into your calculator. Again, the button that you want to use is that icon here. It's called a math template. And then we'll go to the piecewise function screen. So make sure you can hit that.